Hello again. So, welcome to this week's installment. And have we got something for you? We're going to answer a question. What if I don't have enough time to start decluttering? Because a lot of people feel that way. So, Janice, you want to start us off?
Sure. So if you feel like your schedule is overwhelming and you don't think that decluttering is possible, you're really not alone. I've been there. I mean, I was a soccer mom, I was in the PTA, I worked full time for a while. Life happens, right? So you need to think about, even if you don't have like 5 hours to declutter, do you still have time? And you probably do. And some of the things we want you to think about is you may need to do a mindset shift, meaning that you need to change from saying, I need to have this block of several hours to declutter because you really don't need that much time. Also, we're going to talk about practical ways to fit decluttering into a busy schedule and how even small actions are going to make a big result over time.
Small, doable doses.
Yeah. So let's get started.
All right. So, first, let's look at what stops you. What makes you feel like you don't have the time? Is it because you have expectations that are overwhelming you?
Mhm.
You have this view in your mind, it's going to take all this, when honestly you can just do it in little snippets and fit it in there in your day. And if you have like all or nothing, I have to have the bedroom completely decluttered
Yeah.
before I'm done with this. No, that overwhelms all of us. It overwhelms me thinking of you doing it. um
So yeah, it's much easier to do a little bit at a time and then in the end enjoy the results, celebrate your wins. Other thing is that, having clutter, it wastes time because you just, you see it and you feel like I got to do something about it. You're you can't find things when you need them. You're always cleaning around them. That's what I call clutter shuffling because you want to clean over here, but you have to move stuff over there, and then you have to clean over here and you move it back, and that's a
it
waste of time.
really
Um,
is.
and the other thing too is if you just invest really small chunks of time or these small doable doses into it, you're going to find that over time it really will make a bigger difference and you will end up doing less decluttering. As long as you don't bring more stuff in, but hopefully that's something that you're learning from us is
Right.
that be more intentional about what you bring into your house.
And that's a good point, is being intentional. Um, I never really understood it until I really started truly decluttering. Um, that walking into a space and knowing that I want to declutter this space, I want to declutter it, I want to organize, I want to get it cleaned up, I want it to be usable, I want that real estate back for my feet to walk across, not have boxes stacked. Um, and so I became intentional with that. And the other intention is when I bring one thing into my house, not including food, but when I bring one thing into my house, two have to leave. So when I'm actually shopping, dumpster diving, whatever, I know that if this one item is going to come into my house, I need a picture in my head of what I'm going to let go of.
And
So that helps.
it actually can help save you money too because you end up buying less impulse buys and things that you really don't need. But so, in terms of trying to figure out how much time it actually takes you to do it, think about what small area am I going to tackle today? And how much time do I really need to declutter to make a difference?
True. And what are the time suckers in your life? We all know that this phone that we all have, it magnet pulls us to it. And so my thought today was I'm going to put a piece of tape on the back of my phone, and just masking tape, and I'm going to keep track when I pick up my phone, I'm going to keep my phone upside down. So when I come in and sit down, it's going face down on the table or shelf, whatever. And anytime I go to pick up my phone, that piece of tape is going to be looking at me and it's going to want me to declutter something before I can pick it up and turn it around. And so I thought, let's give that a try. You guys try it too, and then let us know.
So another way to find time to declutter in your schedule is to, like during those commercials, like get up and tidy for a minute. Or even, I mean, some people get up and exercise for a minute. Same type of thing. Do something that's useful during those times rather than sitting there and just letting 3 minutes go by.
Right.
Um, or, when your coffee is brewing, use that 2 minutes to unload the dishwasher. Or, there are ways to use those pauses and be productive in during those times. Those are called transition moments that we want you to actively try and declutter something or clean something during those times. Because it
And
makes a
they're
difference.
small. They're small bits of time. So that's the cool thing. We were streaming a movie for Christmas, and what I realized I hadn't noticed until this one popped up, but they do it on almost all of them, is that when they go to commercial, it actually gives you a timer
Yep.
at the top of how long the commercial break's going to be. And many times it was 2 to 3 minutes. And it's like, oh my gosh, you
It's
can get up
perfect.
and yeah, I was able to get a whole lot of things done during those things, which is good because you need to get up and get moving anyway. So rather than being a couch potato, you can be a couch tigger and bounce up.
So another way to make time for decluttering is to break up the area you're going to declutter into zones. So I was talking to Julie and I was saying, well, rather than doing your entire closet, let's just do t-shirts. And hopefully that's manageable and it's not going to take you a whole day, although some people have a lot of t-shirts.
Right.
Um, and if you have a lot of t-shirts, then just do a specific color or your short sleeve ones, or, make it into a category and do only that part. And
Right.
you'll find out that if you say, okay, this time I'm doing all my concert t-shirts and next time I'm going to do my I collect like bird t-shirts. So I'm going to do my bird t-shirts, and then the next time I'm doing my long sleeve t-shirts, then you have a plan. And it shouldn't take you that much time. It really, you should be able to do it in less than 10 minutes. And if
Yeah.
you can't do it in less than 10 minutes, or what we like to call decluttering dozen, which is 12 minutes, because we found that was a sweet spot, then stop.
Right.
After 12 minutes, just stop and take care of what you've done. Put the things that you're going to give away into your donation, make those, the ones that are too worn into rags, and call it a day. You don't have to spend a half an hour doing this task. Do what you feel comfortable with, and then stop and celebrate.
Exactly. And you can when you zone things out like zoned out, when you zone things out like that, it does make it easier because that is one decision you don't have to make today. You already know that that closet, you've got 4 zones in there, whatever. You've got a shelf and then a rod and then the floor. So you can do different zones that way. You can do the red t-shirts as a zone. You can do the blue t-shirts as a zone. With me, they're all black and white. Um, but it is one way of keeping yourself going, knowing that you don't have to spend an entire weekend
Right.
trying to clean this closet. You can do small doable doses. You can do little decluttering dozens. You can do the 3 minutes of the commercials. Um, and so that is a way for you to intentionally attack things, but in small achievable doses.
And we
And
want
that
you to remember that every little bit counts because it's about progress, not perfection.
that is so, so true. And you're going to be after you get doing this for a while, then you're going to see that it just becomes natural for you.
Mhm. You
It
start
is,
building habits.
you start building those habits. And if you have, spouse or kids, roommates, whatever, you're going to be inspiring them because they're going to see you getting little bits done and they're going to notice. They may say they don't notice, they're going to notice. And so you can actually have your kids do that too. If you still have, younger kids in the house or whatever, then you can say, okay, we've got 3 minutes of commercial, 2.5 minutes, go get all your dirty clothes out of your bedroom. And so off they run and make it fun. So rather than them thinking, oh, I got to go clean my room, they're like, I've got 2 minutes and then Moana's back on and off they go. So that that can also help reduce a lot of that overwhelm by getting them more excited about things like that. It's just more of a game.
Yeah.
And that also shows them in this little tiny bit of time, they can get things done too. And so that's also very encouraging for your kids, your spouse, your family.
So another thing we were thinking about is how do you use time when you're not at home to get things done that you've been putting off? So, as a soccer mom, I was at practice a lot. I was sitting there for an hour and a half. You know, that's a perfect time to declutter or to actually empty your email boxes.
Right.
Get rid of the pictures from your photo roll that you don't need anymore, or even go and clean the car.
Right. You're sitting there at the grade school waiting for the kids to come out and you're 15 minutes early. You can pick all the trash up out of the car, off the floor. If you've got kids, we know there's trash in the car somewhere.
You can go through your purse if you're sitting in the car.
Right.
Get rid of those receipts and the gum wrappers and whatever else might be in there. So,
Right.
there are ways to make your time more productive and do these little tasks and then feel good about, okay, I got that done.
So go sit in the parking lot waiting for the kids, declutter stuff in your car, and then get out of the car and dance. 30-second dance off. Celebrate. And then all these other people that are watching, they're going to say, what are you celebrating? And you can say, because I am a clean human.
So,
Or not.
so, you know, the magic of this is if you start small and you're consistent about doing these, it's going to create momentum. And the momentum is going to build confidence in your knowing that you can declutter stuff and you can get things done. And it's not going to take forever. It's not going to, you don't have to put aside hours to do this.
Right.
Because completing one small task is going to give you that sense of accomplishment and encourage you to do more. And it's surprising that it can do that. So clear one drawer and it makes you think I can tackle that second one.
Right. Right. So we're going to challenge you today to do just one decluttering dozen.
Mhm.
So get your timer, set it for 12 minutes, and attack something. You can go for, like we've talked about t-shirts today, you can go for your t-shirt drawer. You can go for your utensil drawer or maybe the coat closet. Um, just set your timer. When it goes off, you're done. And make sure you take care of. That's why Janice and I figured out that the 12 minutes was the sweet spot because a lot of people say, you can do anything for 10 minutes. Well, that's true. But then you need to finish.
Yeah.
And to finish your task, that means putting the stuff in the trash, putting the donations in your donation station or the back of the car if it's ready. Um, and so you have some things to finish. There's things that live elsewhere in the home. And honestly, that usually takes under 2 minutes to do that, put things away. So we challenge you to do that. Get out your timer and then let us know.
Yeah, after you do that, come share your progress with us either in our Facebook private community or, tag us on Instagram or, whatever social media that you prefer.
Right.
And you know what? If you find this podcast helpful, please share this with a friend or a family member. And, you know, we'd like to thank you for tuning in today for our podcast.
Make sure you subscribe. So other than that, keep it simple, keep it intentional, and keep decluttering.
Bye.